Hello, everybody. My name is Pauline Mungania. I am so glad and happy to be with you this evening, presenting to you one of my many writings we have been doing in the American literature class. And it's about an experience I had when I was getting my baby girl and the help the nurses offered to me. It was indeed a moment where I didn't know what to do if it were not for the nurses, their kind words, and I will ever and forever be eternally grateful to them for their help. Indeed, nobody can pay the nurses. It's entitled Birth Pain. Tall, with a fair skin, and weighing 150 pounds, my hair falling behind my shoulders like rays of the sun at sunset, I resembled nothing less than I would be Miss World. Life was exciting and happy. Watching the stars in the evening as we lay on the green grass under the foot of Mount Kenya brought so much joy to the entire age mates. This age set was between 16 and 19, where I belonged. We sang our beautiful songs like angels as we went down to the streams of water to bring the rare commodity home to our dear mothers to make saliva-drooling meals for the family. According to customs and the traditions of the community, maidens would meet in the village square with the opposite sex male boys and outshine each other in dancing. Girls would twist their tiny waists and shake their little chests with sharp pointing tombstones that stood strong like deer. Boys would jump high with so much vigor and strength, and the entire crowd would burst into laughter and joy. I remember these times with nostalgia and how I wished it lasted forever like mountains. The encounter between girls and boys brought other gifts that were never visible to the adulting older women who gave their advice to girls regarding abstaining from the forbidden fruit until marriage. Most of us fell to the charms of the boys, me not an exception. How could I resist this tall, dark, flawless skinny young boy who stood out in dancing and the envy of every girl? Thought I was the luckiest girl among them all until it happened. Hail the most mighty and the tender house in between two great bones it sits, so small, and yet it can stretch like a rubber. Yes, like a plastic, it stretches to carry more than 4 pounds. Most merciful, so merciful, indeed merciful, that for 9 months it carried my little girl and nourished her sweetly. The house must have been warm and lullabies sung, because she never cried or gave me nothing like morning news here. A child carrying another child, we ran about without a clue when the house was going to expel my child into the world. A month after another, and within no time, the gestation period went very fast. The nurses felt shy of telling me or lacked proper words to explain what lay ahead. The day started as usual, and nothing gave a signal that the battle had been declared between the house and my tender young body. Then suddenly an excruciating pain hit my lower back with so much fierce. I screamed to my mother, who hurriedly took me to the nurses at the nearest clinic. What would they possibly do to relieve the pain I was feeling? I asked my brain, which by then was on fire. The charge nurse took me in with a lot of love, care, using every word she could find under the planet. But little did she know, it just accelerated the speed at which the house gave my daughter pushes to expel her from the premises. I was not alone. Other women were there. Old, young, all sang the same chorus. Nurse, pain, pain. No one would make them stop yelling. The nurse rubbed my back, and it felt so nice and soothing that it allowed my brain to rest, and at this interlude, I noticed they were not enough. Every woman needed that rub. But can I start at work in the maternity unit or a labor unit? Hardly had I answered this question that the final missile was fired from the house and destroyed the bolt that held the center. I started bleeding, and some water also burst out from the same house. It was not long before the nurse asked me to fight back with the pushes wherever bullet was fired. I gave it my all, and the last push brought forth a bouncing baby girl. Every piece of my body was aching, and I could not tell its actual source or even where it came from. Nurses tore my body with the scissors to make the way bigger for the baby to exit. It was a terrible experience, but the nurses did all they could. I saw in their shiny kind eyes, although they lacked words sometimes. Others monitored my vital signs, cleaned me up, washed the little angel whose body was so fragile like an egg. A cry made my heart leap with joy, and she was handed over to me. They did a lot of work. It did a lot of work. A lot of work that made me feel safe, got my baby out safe, and made me stop bleeding and the anxiety. I will eternally praise you, nurses. I will forever be grateful to them, and my wish is to one day finish my studies and plunge myself into the field and help. Thank you for listening. I also would want to thank my family, my son who helped me upload this, and you, my classmates, for being here with me, along my very good lecturer, Professor Diane, for just being loving and kind and supportive. Thank you so much.